Hey there, friendlies, how's up? Short video today. I just want to talk about bushcraft heroes and legends. So, stick around. So, during the last live stream, I kind of got started on this, but then I got distracted by the sidebar conversation. I listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot. Many of them are, well, some of them are bushcraft related, some of them are not. I listen to Tides of History, the History of English. I listen to 99% Invisible. I listen to Planet Money. And I listen to the Paul Kirtley podcast. And this past week's episode he recorded while he was at the Bushcraft Symposium in Alberta. And it was a conversation between him and Mors Kochansky. And what I found interesting about this was that many people would consider Paul Kirtley to be like a legend of bushcraft right now. And pretty much everyone would agree that Mors Kochansky is an old guard legend of bushcraft. And so it was interesting to hear a bushcraft legend speak to like a bushcraft uber legend, you know? I mean, they were just talking like a couple of guys. It's not like Paul Kirtley was starstruck or anything, but it was interesting that even someone as knowledgeable as Paul was still gleaning knowledge from Mors. And they were talking about how, you know, Mors had been a student at one point too, before becoming an instructor and then writing books. And it just sort of made me think, like who else would you consider an old guard hero of bushcraft? I guess Lofty Wiseman, you know? I'm trying to think of who would be an old timer like that, because the current generation of bushcraft legends who are sort of becoming the old guard, you know, Ray Mears, absolutely. There's Paul Kirtley. To a certain extent, you know, there's Les Stroud. Like, there's a lot of guys who are big names, you know, writing books, running courses, doing podcasts, doing YouTubes. And it's interesting to see this happen, you know, because it's not only guys like Ray and Paul, but I mean, I think that the next generation after that is going to be guys like Joe Robinette, clearly. Dave Canterbury, he's sort of in between the two, I guess, but because he's more of a YouTube phenomenon than sort of an old school TV and BBC thing, you know, there's a lot of guys like that. And so I was just wondering, like, I kind of know what the lay of the land is in that way. From my point of view, I know who I sort of see as the next generation of that kind of big name bushcrafter or survivalist. But we didn't really get the chance to have the conversation in the live stream, so I want to know what you guys think of that. Like, who you think of as, who the hell is your favorite of the old school bushcraft heroes? Whether old school like Mors, I mean, he's 78 now, or the generation below that, whether it's Ray or Paul. You know, do you like sort of the British bushcrafters, or are you more into the American guys? Like, let me know who you think is like the top of the heap for those guys, and who you think the next generation is. I want to have that conversation, so let me know down below. In fact, if you guys introduce me to someone who I've never even heard of before, that would be great. Oh, like Cole Cracker, right? He's in the Joe Robinette generation of this stuff. It'd be dumb not to think of that guy as, like, he knows his stuff. He runs courses. I mean, every time you watch that guy, you learn something new. God damn it. I'm wearing bug spray, for God's sakes. Ugh. Well, that is definitely all she wrote, because I'm getting out of here. So, as I always say, if you like what I'm doing, then please get the conversation started down below. You know what to say. Aside from that, please share the video. It helps me more than you could possibly imagine. And aside from that, if you're not subscribed, don't make me beg. If you are subscribed, then hit that little bell and leave me a smiley thumb. If you don't like what I'm doing, leave me a frowny thumb. Thanks for watching, guys.